All right, now you've announced that you're turning off the COVID welfare tap, for want of a better term, as states get to 80% vaccination rates. I can hardly criticise that move because I was arguing for it a couple of months ago in my columns. But so it's a good move because A, you can't keep spending that money, B, you've got to encourage the states to open up. But do you fear now that some of those recalcitrant states will blame Canberra for every problem they have as they open up? Because it's going to be difficult. There's going to be infections. People are going to get sick.
Well, there certainly has been a bit of blame that they've sought to shift off their own shoulders and onto others. And, you know, that's been true in the past, and no doubt, Chris, it will be true into the future. But the reality is we have done the bulk of the heavy lifting on economic support at the federal level. Since Delta, mid-year, we've already delivered over $13 billion of business support and household assistance through the COVID disaster payment. And that tab could reach above $20 billion by the time we get to the 80% vaccination rates. So we have announced a tapering of that economic support once you get to that 70% double dose vaccination rate, and a cessation of that economic support once you get to the 80% double dose vaccination rate. And that's because we've taken the best medical advice and the best economic advice, and we've sought to align our economic support with the Doherty plan, with the plan that was endorsed at National Cabinet, which sees an opening up of the economy, lockdowns being lifted and people getting their lives back.
Now, the New South Wales Treasurer, Dominic Perrottet, has said that he might step in and make up some of that funding to business in New South Wales. Is that welcome, or is that a problem because you've got one government with a foot on the accelerator and the other one on the brake?
Well, any economic support that they can provide is welcome. And Dominic and I have worked closely through this pandemic, and we put out a joint announcement today about how our economic support in New South Wales for businesses will taper from 70% and how it comes to an end at 80%. Now, he's providing an additional payment beyond 80%, and that's welcomed by us. So too with the other states. If they decide in Victoria to provide additional support, we'd welcome that. But from the Commonwealth's perspective, whether it's the COVID disaster payment and the business support measures, or whether it was previously JobKeeper, which was such a great success, the cash flow boost, the $750 payments to pensioners, to veterans, to carers, the unprecedented support for businesses through the investment incentives and the expanded instant asset write-off. All of those are measures, Chris, which have been designed to boost economic activity and productivity across the economy.
Thanks for joining us, Treasurer. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
That's the Federal Treasurer, Josh Frydenberg, live from Melbourne. Let's hope that the shackles are thrown off and we all spend like crazy over Christmas and catch up with all our families, of course.